Fall River, Mass. The prosecution and defense gave divergent views of Aaron Hernandez, the former New England Patriot and NFL star, during opening statements Thursday in his murder trial. Patrick Bomberg, an assistant district attorney for Bristol County, told the Bristol County Superior Court jurors about a mountain of cell phone text messages, video surveillance footage and photographs that leave little doubt that Hernandez participated in the June 17, 2013, murder of Odin L. Lloyd, of Boston. Lloyd, 27, was a semipro football player who was dating the younger sister of Hernandez's girlfriend, Shayanna Jenkins. Bomberg said that Lloyd supplied Hernandez with marijuana and they often smoked it together. On the night of June 16, 2013, Father's Day, Hernandez, 25, Jenkins and their 7-month-old daughter had dinner at South Street Café in Providence with 2 other couples. Shortly after 9 p.m., Hernandez texted Ernest, Hobo, Wallace and Carlos A, Ortiz, old friends from his hometown of Bristol, Conn. He told them that he wanted them to drive to his $1.3 million house in North Attleboro, Mass. Bomberg said that Wallace and Ortiz arrived just after midnight and met with Hernandez inside his house. They drove to Boston in a rented Nissan Altima and picked up Lloyd around 2:30 a.m. in Dorchester. They drove him back to North Attleboro and Bomberg said Lloyd was shot 6 times and left to die in a gravel pit near Hernandez's home in Westgate Estates. Bomberg said one of Lloyd's sisters was in a car down the street in Dorchester and saw her brother climb into the rental car. They left evidence at the scene and they were successful in destroying evidence, Bomberg said of the place Lloyd's body was found. Among the evidence at the scene were 5 shell casings from a .45 caliber handgun and a Red Sox cap that Lloyd had been wearing. The defendant committed murder, he said. Bomberg said the 6th shell casing was found under the seat of the rented Nissan when Hernandez returned it to Enterprise Rent-A car in North Attleboro. A woman cleaning the car discovered the casing and threw it in the garbage. Detectives later recovered the shell casing. Hernandez has been charged with first-degree murder, while Wallace and Ortiz have been indicted on the same charge. If convicted, they each face life in prison without the possibility of parole. All 3 men have pleaded not guilty. Wallace and Ortiz will be tried separately after the Hernandez trial concludes. Onto television screens in the courtroom, Bomberg displayed a photograph of Lloyd's body in a gravel pit. His mother, Ursula Ward, broke into tears and had to leave the courtroom for about 10 minutes. Bomberg said that Hernandez texted Wallace and Lloyd more than 40 times on June 15 and June 16, 2013, just a few hours before Lloyd's murder. The prosecutor also showed the jurors another photograph of Hernandez grasping what appears to be a Glock handgun in his house. The former NFL player had a video surveillance system with 12 cameras inside and outside his house. On the night after Lloyd's body was discovered, Bomberg said that Shayanna Jenkins drove to Coventry, RI, and met with Wallace and Ortiz. He said that records show that she withdrew money from an ATM machine in that town. Michael K. Fee, one of 3 lawyers defending Hernandez, told the jury that Bomberg and the police were following a flawed series of events that led them to wrongly charge Hernandez with murder. Aaron Hernandez is an innocent man, he said. The evidence will show he did not murder his friend, Odin Lloyd. The evidence will show the investigation was sloppy and unprofessional. You heard quite a story, Fee said. A dramatic story. It's just a story and it's not true. Fee talked about Hernandez's accomplishments on the football field at Bristol Central High School, the University of Florida, and as a tight end for the New England Patriots, including a strong game he played in the 2011 season Super Bowl. He said that Hernandez, who was 23 at the time, was young, single and had plenty of money after signing a $40 million contract extension through 2018. He said that Hernandez smoked marijuana and referred to Lloyd as the blunt master, meaning he created thick, rolled marijuana blunt. He asked the jurors, why would a professional football player with that much money and the world at his feet throw it all away? Why? He said. Why would Aaron Hernandez do this? Aaron Hernandez was planning the future, not a murder. On Thursday, outside the courtroom, Shayanna Jenkins signed an immunity agreement to testify for the prosecution. In the past, prosecutors have suspected that she may have dumped the murder weapon and disposed of other evidence. In the summer of 2013, she was charged with perjury for allegedly lying 29 times to the grand jury investigating the Lloyd murder. Greg Milliot, a spokesman for the Bristol County District Attorney's Office, declined to say whether the perjury charge has been dropped in exchange for Jenkins' testimony. He said the public would have to wait until she called to the witness stand. In the courtroom, Jenkins sat alongside DJ Hernandez, the older brother of Aaron Hernandez. It was the first time he has attended a court hearing since his younger brother was charged with murder on June 26, 2013, and led from his house in handcuffs. DJ Hernandez was a quarterback at the University of Connecticut and coach at Brown University in Providence. Today, he's an assistant football coach at the University of Iowa. Hernandez's mother, Terry Hernandez, also was in court with her new boyfriend. Across from them sat the Lloyd family. Among the 6 women was Shayanna Jenkins' sister, Shayanna. She had been dating Lloyd at the time he was murdered. Just 2 witnesses took the stand Thursday afternoon. The first was Lauren Giroux, owner of Al Green Lawn and Tree Care in Norwood, Mass. Lloyd was working for Giroux for 2 months before he was slain. The second witness was Matthew Kent, a junior at Bishop Fien High School in Attleboro, Mass, who found Lloyd's body on June 17, 2013, while taking the shortcut home. "I saw a man laying on his back," he said. "I went over to him and asked if he was all right. I got no response." Kent said that at 5:20 p.m., he knocked on the door of a business in the industrial park. He said a man answered and he told him about his discovery. The man grabbed a second worker and they followed Kent to the body. "He's dead," the man said. The men immediately called the police. Earlier in the day, opening statements were delayed after one of the female jurors did not show up and submitted a note to the court. Judge Susan Garsh met privately with the defense team and prosecution, but did not disclose the problem. She then interviewed 14 potential jurors before settling on a middle-aged man as a replacement juror. Now, the jury, including 6 alternates, is comprised of 12 women and 6 men.